folks, Chris here with the Crabapple Cottage doing, I think, my last Dollar Tree prepper haul show off. So I've already done food, first aid, and sanitation. So this video I'm going to be covering some of the preps that I pick up at Dollar Tree that are not food or first aid related. Okay, and there's quite a bit, to be honest. So we'll start over here with light and energy. If you don't already know, Dollar Tree is the best place to pick up these tall glass pillar candles. Sometimes they're called Jesus candles. You can find them plain white like this. I've seen them in colors. And then also some of them have like a shrink wrap on the outside that has a religious motif on it. I prefer just the white ones, so I stock up on those. You can even order them by the case and have them delivered to your local Dollar Tree and pick them up there. They also have these smaller pillar candles, which I have a few of, but I prefer the tall glass candles. I think you get more bang for your buck. They also have tea light candles, which you can see there. I don't know that this pack is actually from the Dollar Tree. I think their Dollar Tree tea candle packs are pretty skimpy, 6 or 12 maybe tea lights, and I feel like they're a little bit shorter than what you would find at other stores, but still something you might want to grab. Now, they do have these emergency candles. 5-hour emergency candles. I have a few packs of those. I have not used them, but they have gotten good reviews as well. Of course, if you have candles, you're going to need matches, and this is the best place to get matches. You can get, what is it here, 10 packs of 32 count candles, which are a little bit, or matches, which are a little bit smaller. These big boxes of 300 candles. You also can get lighters there. They've got a wide variety of off-brand lighters, but you can also pick up a Bic lighter for $1, and these tall lighters, which are really nice for lighting candles. Like, for example, that jar candle, when it gets pretty low, you need something like that to reach down in there to light, or to light a fire when you don't want to get your hands really close. You can also pick up canned heat. Now, I haven't seen these for a while there, but I do have a number of these cans. These are good for quickly warming up a pot of soup or something like that. If you have a fondue pot, which is what I have in my preps, a fondue pot, you can put that underneath the fondue pot and quickly warm up some soup. Here is an example of my light kit that I actually carry with me in some of my bags. I will show you some of these other things. It's got a flashlight, batteries, headlamp, and then inside it also I carry this little I guess fire making kit. It's in a plastic container. The plastic container comes from Dollar Tree. I think it's a pack of 2 or 3 for $1. It has a rubber or plastic gasket on the inside, so it keeps everything waterproof. Inside I have a coffee filter that I use for tinder or water filtration, a fire starter, which I did not get there. I think I got this at Harbor Freight. Lighters, small tea light candle, pack of matches from the Dollar Tree, and then in this little container are cotton balls that have been soaked in petroleum jelly. Make really great tinder fire starters. So the petroleum jelly, the cotton balls, and this little container all came from the Dollar Tree as well. So I keep those in all of my bug out bags, get home bags, that sort of thing. All right. Moving on, continuing with light, we've got a variety of batteries. Probably not going to last you forever, but they're good for bartering or trade, or just having around extra batteries for things that don't use a lot of energy. You can pick up flashlights, and honestly, it's not bad for a $1 flashlight. They also have in season during the spring and summer these solar lights. Now, I have mixed feelings on these. They do work. The problem is they don't have any sort of on-off switch, so once it's charged, it turns on, basically. Kind of annoying. Also, they don't last a super long time, but as a backup light source, something with renewable energy, basically, not bad to have a few in your preps. They do also have some headlamps. This is the headlamp that I picked up there. It's honestly pretty small and dinky. Feels pretty cheap and lightweight, but what's more annoying to me is the fact that it requires these special batteries, these button cell batteries. Now, you can pick up these button cell batteries 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree, but that's just one more type of battery that you have to carry with you. I'd rather use a headlamp that requires AAA, which is what my flashlight requires, so it'd be more interchangeable. But as you can see, they put off some light, and they have a flashing mode as well. So they do have those. Of course, they have safety goggles and dust masks. Honestly, their safety goggles are trash. They hurt your face. They don't really create a good seal. And this one's kind of squished. But the dust masks aren't super great either. This little piece of metal is like glued on and it pops off super, super easy. But in a pinch, they would work. All right, moving on, I've got a number of adhesives, tie downs, that sort of thing that I pick up at the Dollar Tree. Super glue. You can get super glue in several different sizes. Here we have single-use containers, a larger container, and I've seen the medium-sized bottles as well. They do carry bungee cords. You're not going to, tie anything super heavy-duty up with this, but they can be useful in certain situations. These are new. I haven't seen these before. These are zip ties, 8-inch, and then these over here have 100 of 4-inch and almost 6-inch. So a wide range of sizes. Again, I haven't tested these out. I'm not sure how well they'll work, but they could be useful for small applications. I'll probably throw 2 or 3 of each size in each of my bags. I've also picked up the off-brand duct tape there, which comes in a variety of colors. Now, this again, mixed reviews, but what I like about this is that it is a relatively small roll of duct tape. Those can get pretty heavy, and not this one, but I've squished them down so that they fit more efficiently into a bag. I've also picked up some of these carabiners. I actually like these carabiners. They're nice for hanging something on the outside of your pack, whether it be a knife or a flashlight or a jug of water or whatever you need. If you have a few of these, you can just quickly attach something to the outside of your bag if you don't have any room inside your bag or if you just want to have easy access to it. They also have what they are calling Paracord. It's not 550 Paracord. It is 1/8 inch, 25 feet long. Probably not the greatest stuff, but not bad to have a roll of this around. It also comes with this handy little winder, which is kind of nice. I also pick up some of this wire. This is from the floral department, and it's good just to have a little roll of wire. Again, everything in the Dollar Tree is pretty small. It's nice to have just this little roll of wire in your bag. You could use it for snares, for repairs, whatever you need to use it for. All right, plastic. They do carry tarps, but they're pretty small. This is, I think, a 6x4. I would probably use this as a ground cloth in a survival situation. So I do have one of these in each of my bags. They also have tablecloths in a variety of colors, and both rectangular and I think circular. Those are nice, as well as the black shower curtains and the clear shower curtains. These are good for improvised shelters, for using in a pinch as a poncho. You can also use them to seal up windows and doors and portions of your room if you're trying to keep the heat in or you're trying to minimize infiltration of chemicals or something like that, smoke. You also can use the clear shower curtain as a solar still. You use like a little rock, you dig a hole. You can use that for seawater or vegetation to create a solar still. So another way to get water. It's also good to have some large trash bags in your bags as well. They can double as a poncho, help you carry things, and provide shelter, all that. So always good to have a variety of plastics in your bug out bag. If you do want a dedicated poncho, they do sell ponchos there, clear, and I've seen them in colors too. Also good to throw in your bags, everyday carry. Coffee filters, they have those. Those are great for tinder, like I showed you in my fire making kit. You can also use them for water filtration. Cutting implements. I've showed these in another video. These are little craft scissors from the craft department, and honestly, they're pretty nice for the size and for $1. They also have first aid kits, which I don't have an example of a whole kit here, but they have in the first aid kits this little thing of safety pins, as well as this little multi-tool, which has a knife, a screwdriver, that sort of thing. Not going to do a lot of damage, but it is a cutting tool that you can pick up. And like I said, for $1, you get a nice little plastic case. I actually think this case is from the first aid kit. So you get this case, the safety pins, the cutting tool, and a variety of Band-Aids, that sort of thing. I think you also get a little package of individually wrapped Q-tips that in a sterile package. So those are nice. So really for $1, the fact that you get all that is kind of nice. Now I have taken that empty container and I have customized it. I have put in one of those medium-sized tubes of super glue that I told you about. I put in a lens wipe for cleaning off my sunglasses. I was on a caving trip years ago and I watched a girl lick her glasses clean. They were covered with mud and she had no clean clothing anywhere on her body, so she was forced to lick her glasses clean. And I thought, you know what, I never want to be in a situation where I have to lick the mud off my glasses. So I don't wear glasses, but I do wear sunglasses, so I put some of those in this kit. Also, I have a eyeglasses repair kit. in there with little screwdrivers and some spare screws. I have very sensitive eyes, so I wear sunglasses year round, pretty much all the time unless it's dark outside, and I couldn't imagine not having a pair that are working. Now, I did see these knives there a few years ago, and I picked one up, and it's okay actually for a knife. Obviously nothing to write home about. And then they were gone for a while, but then I was back at the Dollar Tree in the last week, and I saw them again. So something you might want to pick up just to toss here and there. They've got a little pair of scissors. Actually, the spring on these scissors broke off. What do you expect? Small cutting implement, screwdrivers, corkscrew, can opener, that sort of thing. So just a nice little basic knife to throw various places. My thought is having these kind of scattered throughout your preps, your car, all that stuff really can't hurt. They also have sharpening stones, so these aren't super sharp. You might want to use this to put an edge on your blade or on some of your other blades, something maybe to pick up. Not bad to have those laying around. They also have products to protect you from the weather. They have gloves and hats and neck gaiters, which are all fairly cheap, but at the same time, having a pair of gloves, I actually put a pair of gloves in each coat and jacket that I wear. They're just already tucked in the pockets. And having a hat, they're small. I have a small head. My son is 12, so these fit us, but they do have these cheap $1 hats, good to have in your bags, as well as the neck gaiter. I mentioned that I do wear a lot of sunglasses, so I always pick up their $1 sunglasses. I really don't care what they look like as long as they function. And then these cases are also $1 at the Dollar Tree. So things that I always pick up for weather protection to have, especially in the winter with the cold weather. Now, I have a dog, and presumably if I had to flee my house or bug out for some other reason, I would take my dog with me. So she has to be on a leash at all times. She's a schnauzer, and she runs off. She actually was hit by a car this summer because she ran off. So if I, for some reason, was not able to grab her retractable leash, I did throw this short leash into my bug out bag. It's a buck. It's just good to have something that I can quickly secure her with. They also had recently, over the summer, these folding bowls, which would be nice for both human consumption and also to give your dog water or food. So pick those up. I also put one in my hiking bag. Just a nice thing to have when she and I go hiking. Utensils, metal utensils. They have various types of travel utensils that you can pick up online, that sort of thing. But these are a cheap, easy solution. I think you actually get 2 spoons for $1, 2 forks for $1, so you can get 2 kits out of them. They're good for, especially if you're cooking over a fire, you want something metal as opposed to plastic, so easy to pick those up. Now, this is something that I've seen for a long time at the Dollar Tree, and I haven't used it yet, these window insulation kits. However, I have a very old house with very old wood windows that I have yet to repair, and so I'm going to try using one of these kits on a couple of our windows that are close to the beds where it gets pretty chilly. All right, a few other things. Entertainment. I try to keep some entertainment objects. I have in my bug out bags and my car bag, I have this. It's got a pack of cards. These are retired casino playing cards, which you can pick up. Now, you can pick up bicycle cards for 88 cents at Walmart. So this is actually not a super great deal, but they're still there if you're trying to get everything in one go. They also have dice in some of the stores. I think it's 10 dice for $1. So I divided those up, put 6 dice in each bag and some copies of a Yahtzee score sheet so that, you have something to do if you're stuck, on I-95 in the middle of winter for 48 hours. You have some dice and playing cards. The pen in here is also from the Dollar Tree. Not a good pen. I probably would recommend getting a better pen. But these activity books are good. I keep these actually in our basement when my son and I have a tornado warning and we have to run down to the basement. Sometimes the cell phones work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the battery is low. And so having some things down there to occupy our time, because sometimes we're stuck in the basement for quite some time waiting for a tornado to pass. So I did pick up a variety of those just to keep downstairs in our preps. Same thing with these. These are also downstairs for entertainment purposes. My son likes to draw, so I got him some colored pencils. I believe these are pre-sharpened, as well as a variety of notebooks that you can pick up there. Now, also in office supplies, they have binders and they have these dividers. This binder is actually from Staples. It is not from the Dollar Tree. I find the Dollar Tree binders to be a bit thin and flimsy, but I do have binders going, what I call my emergency binders. So different information that I find online that maybe isn't in my books, I print it out and I'm organizing it So I don't have the tabs in here yet, and I just started this binder. I have another one for like first aid, health and safety, that sort of thing. So I bought these for $1 to help organize my binders. Now this is kind of an unusual prep. It's a hand fan, and you know, if the electricity goes out in summertime and you don't have access to AC and you live in a hot, humid climate, it's going to get pretty uncomfortable pretty quickly. I do have a battery-powered fan, camping fan, that I have as a backup, but these are just kind of something nice to have. You can use, obviously, a piece of paper or cardboard, but these work surprisingly well. They're a little flashy. It's not like you get something sort of muted. My son's not super big fan of them, but they work. They definitely cool you off. So something to think about. Gardening supplies. They do have gardening supplies. If you haven't already heard, they have vegetables, and a lot of them say heirloom on them. I don't know. Let's see if any of these say heirloom. None of these say heirloom. Yeah. So, but they do have heirloom seeds. These are 4 for $1, so a pretty good deal. Obviously, you're not going to get as many seeds in there as you would from a big box store or an online catalog, but you can pick them up. Another good thing to note is that you can buy the vegetable and fruit seeds with food stamps. So if you were on a budget, you can get those there. You can actually get fruit and vegetable seeds at almost any big box store with food stamps. Not Lowe's or Home Depot, but Walmart, Myers, something like that. They also have these garden clips. I didn't see these last year. These are new. I'm going to use these to stake up some of my plants that get a little bit gangly. And then, of course, a box of jute twine, not only useful in the garden for tying up plants, that sort of thing, also good for a fire starter. They do have pots. Pardon, this one's kind of gross. Plastic pots. They're okay. The colors fade after a year or so, and they get pretty friable, pretty breakable. I do drill holes. You can see how gross this is. I do drill holes in mine to give some drainage because they don't have holes, and then I use those outside on my patio. Like I said, they're okay. They only last a season or two. So eventually I am slowly replacing all of my Dollar Tree pots. But if you're in a pinch and you need to get some plants planted in a container, then you can go with that. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you was this net. This is in the children's toy section, and it is identified as a butterfly net, I believe. It's pretty long. I'd say the handle's about at least 2 feet here. And they came in purple and pink, so not the best colors, but they have a bamboo handle, and I've been slowly picking off this plastic shrink wrap on the handle to expose the bamboo. It makes it a little less pink. Not super big fan of the pink. So the reason I got this is I had a hole in my prep where I wanted a very small net where I could catch things like minnows, frogs, anything like that, where I could just sort of scoop it up either to use as bait or whatnot. I do not fish. I'm trying to get into fishing. That's something I want to work on this year. I have fishing tackle, and I was just looking for a small net. I was going to buy one in a big box store, and then I saw this for $1, and I thought, oh, hell, why not? I'll give it a shot. So I got it for $1. Probably you could make something just as nice or better for $1, but this was already made, so I did pick that up. So these are some of the items that are non-first aid, non-food related that I do pick up at the Dollar Tree. What kinds of good deals have you found? I know things are kind of changing right now with the prices going up, and they've discontinued some items. They're carrying new items, so I will keep checking my store. My store is still $1. It is mid-January. It's still $1 there. I will keep looking, but let me know what you find. Like and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys.